I'm Pete.
I'm Stephanie.
Welcome to a bonus episode of the Cool Parts Show.
In this episode, we're going to check back in with a company that we've covered previously. Their name is Cobra Aero. They're a Michigan manufacturer. We first met them a couple of years ago. They were featured in episode 9 of the Cool Parts Show. We talked to them all about how they were using their Renishaw M400 laser powder bed fusion machine to print cylinders for drone engines. We checked back in again with them in episode 14 to learn how far they've come on designing the exhaust system for those drone engines. And we're following up with them again because since then they've added an HP 5200 machine for printing in polymers. So they're now using both of those machines, printing in metals and polymers for drones.
Engines for drones, or maybe more accurately, unmanned aerial vehicles. So think the kind of unmanned aircraft that maybe scientific researchers might use or the military might use. Cobra Aero makes engines for those kind of aircraft, and they do it very well. And in our earlier episodes, we sort of caught Cobra Aero right at the moment where they were figuring out how to apply additive manufacturing to make better engineered, better designed UAV engines. So, checked back in with Sean Hilbert, president of Cobra Aero, and he has a couple things to talk about. One is the range of components of these engines that are now made additively, not just metal anymore, polymer parts as well. A lot of different components produced through 3D printing. And also, he talks about what the days look like, what it's like day to day now that Cobra Aero is in full-scale production with additive manufacturing.
So this is the 3-cylinder A99 engine that I referenced. Pretty much everything that you see on the engine here is additively manufactured. So that's our MJF exhaust manifold and a lot of part consolidation, so sensor bosses, the servo mount and all the throttle body are all located in the single part. And then it's not visible here, but the intake, what are called the reed valves are all integrated as well. So a lot of parts integrated into one print. This is our fuel rail. This is our liquid cooling manifold that takes all the hot water from each cylinder and directs it back to the radiator. On this side, these are our liquid cooled engine cylinders. Our cases, which were topologically optimized to be super light and stiff. Inside here, this is our generator that goes, the propeller would be located on this side of the engine, but there's a generator that's in line. And the generator housing is printed, exhaust, and then our accessory pack, which up underneath you can see integrates the engine mounts, this focal mount here. It integrates our liquid pump, our water pump for the cooling system. And then down inside there, it also integrates some sensor housings all into one part. And then this is on top here, what we call our swirl tank, and that takes the hot liquid water, and it's basically a proportional valve that either diverts that liquid right back into the engine or it diverts it down into the radiator system. The Renishaw M400 is an absolute workhorse for us. We're running it pretty much 24/7. We're ready for a second one. We need to start thinking about how that's going to happen as soon as possible. As far as workflow goes, you know, we're kind of blessed in this marketplace that the size and the format of a lot of the things we make for these small engines fits perfectly, you know, in a 10 by 10 by 11 inch build chamber. So we pretty much stick to like parts or the same, you know, build sequence as far as production goes. So we don't randomize our builds. We have the same layout that's proven in production for us and in the field for us. So as far as material properties and how things cool and whatnot, that's the same batch to batch. So we have both a HP 5200 MJF machine as well as the Renishaw AM400, and we use them both ubiquitously throughout the operation. So obviously metal parts like cylinders and engine components that are part of the core, what we call the long block, are all metal. But then a lot of ancillary components like intake manifolds and other liquid carrying devices and whatnot are perfect in MJF. We've been shipping all over the world since then. We've got customers in the US, we've got customers in Australia and South Africa, soon to be Europe and Portugal, and we hope France. So it's been a big success for us.